they're gonna have you come out after you fill out your paperwork. They're gonna have you sit in the truck and wait for them to show up.
Right.
When you get out there, just put the chalk back through.
Okay.
So put the chalk out.
You putting the chalk out there. You're gonna exit back inside of it. Yep.
Oh man.
You come inside?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is
Then
it.
you get in.
Hey.
Points of
Three
contact.
points in contact when we get in. Park.
Shut your door. Adjust your seats and
Just seats.
then I need somebody's paperwork so I can go verbatim, I guess, if he's recording. Jim has my
Okay.
list.
This is called the Cab Inspection.
All right, thank you. So you got 4 safety items to start with. Seatbelt, properly mounted and secured to the floor. It's not worn, torn, or frayed. Latches and unlatches. It's adjusted to me. I've got fuses in the glove compartment. I've got a spare fuse for each size fuse required. My fire extinguisher
Should be on that side, but it's not,
should
President.
be on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is properly mounted and secured,
5B.
and it's rated to 5 BC or greater when it's fully charged.
Okay.
My 3 reflective triangles are there. They're in working order. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. My mirrors, I'll show you. My mirrors, my windshield, free of any breaks, no cracks, no illegal why does it say illegal? Oh, illegal stickers. It would obstruct my view. All right, now I'm going to do a safe start. So I'm going to turn the key to the on position. I'm going to watch my lights. Okay, so my ABS light came on and went off. Now I'm going to start the truck. Also it's got to build up a lot of air, so I can't adjust my seat right now. But I'm going to talk about the stuff I can see. So I'm talking about my volts. My volts should be between 12 and 14. They're currently at 14. I go to my oil pressure. Should be between 20 and 60. And it's currently at probably 80. And I go to my water temperature. Should be between 180 and 210. It's currently at 100 because we just turned the truck on. Once you start going, it'll warm up. My air pressure, primary and secondary air, should be between 120 and 125. Oh, they changed it finally. Between 120 and 140. It's currently building pressure, so we'll have to wait for that. I'm going to move over my heater, actually my defrost. It's on and it's working. My heat is on and it's working. Now my indicator lights for the markers outside. So I've got my left turn, it's working. My right turn signal, it's working. My hazards or flashers, both working. Got my headlights, my brights, all are working. Got my windshield wipers, properly mounted and secured. The rubber's not worn, torn, or frayed. cleans the window up and down. Washer fluid sprays evenly across the windshield. It's working. Got my steering wheel. There's no more than 2 degrees or 10 inches of play on a 20-inch wheel. My city horn, air horn, both working. I'm still trying to build air pressure here. So I'm gonna have to wait until we get enough pressure up to do my brake test. When I do my brake test, I'm gonna do 3 tests with the engine off in the starting position. I'm gonna do 3 tests with the engine on. See, I build up enough pressure here until we hear that sneeze. Talk to you. Next part of the in-cab, the air brake test, this is the only part of the pre-trip you have to get 100%. If you fail any one of these next steps, you fail the entire pre-trip. You would have to come back and do another one.
Right.
And I have seen DOT pull people over and make them do an air brake check on the side of the road. Built up enough pressure, so I'm going to turn the truck off. This is I'm going to turn the truck back into the starting position. I'm going to push in both of my brakes. I'm going to wait for the hissing to stop. I'm going to wait for the needles to stop moving. Then I will do my applied brake check. Alright, my needles have stopped moving. So my applied brake check, I'm going to press firmly down on the brake pedal. The needle's going to move a little bit. Once the needle stops moving, I'm going to hold my foot down on the floor with the brake. And I'm going to count to a minute. And in that minute, I should not lose more than 4 psi. Alright, so the needle moved. Now I'll begin my count. You have to count in your head to 60. Count to 66. We had one student count to 54 and fail. You got to make sure it's a minute. Count slow. They will not time you. They won't. I don't know if they'll let you use your phone or not. So, and you're pressing firmly all the way down to the ground. And I'm watching the gauge. If the needle moves more than 4 psi, tell them. Be honest. That means there's a problem with the truck. There's nothing wrong that you did. So we're holding it here. Okay, for the sake of argument, it's been a minute. I have not lost more than 4 psi. So now I'm going to do my spring brake test. I'm going to do my low pressure warning test. See, I would have failed.
Come on, that's 60.
So I'm going to do my low pressure warning test. I'm going to fan my brakes until the low pressure warning signal comes on. That should be around 60 psi. My low pressure warning system has come on at 60 psi. Now I'm going to continue to fan my brakes until my spring brakes pop out. This is the spring brake test. Since we're going down in pressure, the spring brakes should pop out between 45 and 20 psi. Both of my spring brakes have popped out, probably about 30 psi. So now my brakes are set. I'm actually in gear, but if we're in an automatic, I'm going to go get my chalk and take the key with me. 3 points of contact. I'm out. Shut the door.
I'm a good cameraman, yeah. You got them chalks. Keep bringing it back in.
Put your chalk on the floor. Push it back. Don't climb up with it. 3 points of contact. Go back in. Shut the door. Put your seatbelt on. Put the key back in. And now I'm going to do the brake test with the truck on. But first, I have to do a governor cutout test. I have to build pressure back up so I can do the other 3 brake tests. So I'm going to start the truck. And I'm going to rev the RPMs up to about 1500 to build pressure a little faster. Once I reach the proper pressure, you should hear a sneeze from the governor cutout. The sneeze, it's right around 140 psi. All right, so now I'm going to do the next 3 parts of the brake test with the truck on. I'm going to do my tug test. I'm going to check my trailer brakes. To do that, I'm going to leave my trailer brakes set and press in my tractor brakes. Tug, we didn't move, the trailer brakes are working, so I'm going to set my tractor brakes, I'm going to release my trailer brakes, and I'm going to test my tractor brakes now. We shouldn't move. Okay, we didn't move. So now I'm going to do a service brake test. I'm going to apply both brakes, I'm going to put it in a low gear. I'm going to hold my hands 2 inches above the steering wheel. We're going to roll forward at no more than 5 miles an hour. When I apply my service brake, come to a stop, the truck shouldn't lean to the left or right. If it does, that would indicate a suspension issue or a flat tire. Check my mirrors, make sure everybody's there. We're going to roll forward. Okay, truck didn't lean to the left or right. Set my brakes, put it back in neutral. Don't be in a hurry to say that your brake test is done. Think about it for a second. Make sure you hit all those components. If you forgot one and then you all of a sudden remembered it now, tell them, I forgot a step. Can I restart my brake test?
Do you have to start from the beginning?
You have to start from the very beginning of the brake test, not the in-cab.
Okay.
If you're confident that you've hit all the components, then look at them and say, that completes my in-cab air brake.
Got it.
They will tell you, they will give you a chance to reset. They have to.
And that's it.
That's it.
And